The cards come up one by one. Play them right and win a ton on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to Card Sharks. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. That poem, see, I told you our audience would come through. We thank a viewer, Brad Yater of St. Louis, Missouri, who sent in that poem. That was a goodie. I bet you can do just as well. Why don't you send one in? Right now, we're going to meet two new challengers. We are going to open the board, and we're going to get to the cards with a brand new match. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards, please. And while they do that, we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Jim Willoughby, our champion. Hi, Jim.
Good to be back.
Nice to see you again. Would you remind us about yourself?
Well, I'm Jim Willoughby from Ontario, California. I'm a minister, the assistant pastor of Echoes of Faith Church there in Ontario, and I love the outdoors.
Good. What do you like to do?
Water skiing.
Yeah, that's good sport.
Especially in Southern California.
And you won one match, and you have won $2,200.
Fantastic.
So you're off to a great start as our champion.
Doing good.
And we're meeting our challenger for the first time. This is Patricia Ortez. Hello, Patricia. Welcome.
Hi. My name's Patricia Ortez, and I'm a recent graduate of that great University of Southern California, but I'm presently unemployed. I have to return to graduate school in the fall, and I also love the outdoors.
Good luck to both of you in the match. Each player has his or her own deck of 52 playing cards, shuffled and cut before we go in the air. And the red cards on the top will be played by our champion, Jim. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger, Patricia. Before you can get to play the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question based on a poll of 100 people. We always start with a question to the champion. Jim, we asked 100 married women. If your husband decided he only wanted to make love once a month, do you think you'd have an affair? How many women said they would have an affair?
Wow. Boy, you have to throw me these tough ones. I would say that probably... How many said they would, or how many thought they would?
How many women said they would have an affair?
They would have an affair.
If their husband only wanted to make love once a month.
I'm going to go about 58.
58.
58.
Out of 100 would have an affair. Patricia, higher or lower?
Well, I think that they'd probably be anticipating that night. All the time, it'll be so great when they finally get it. So I'd say it's probably a little bit lower.
So you say lower.
Yeah.
If it is lower, you go to the board first, Patricia. If not, it'll be Jim. The actual number of women who would have an affair if their husband only wanted to make love once a month is 14. Very much lower, Patricia. Patricia, your base card is a jack. Now, you won the question. You have the right to change it if you like.
No, I'll keep it, and I'll say the next card's lower.
Lower than a jack. Oh, no, it's a king. So you lose that card, and you give Jim a chance to play a king.
Wow. Nothing wrong with that. Next card will be lower.
Lower than a king? Yes, it's lower. It's a 7. Remember, you can freeze at any time.
I tell you, it's the first game. I think I'm going to take a chance on it. And the next card will be lower.
Going against the odds. Lower than a 7? Oh, no, it's another 7. It's not lower. It had to be lower than the 7. So Janice fills in the spaces with the next cards off the top of the deck. Patricia, this question to you. We asked 100 fifth grade boys. Do you have something hidden in your room that you would not want your parents to see? How many boys said they did?
Oh, I know when my brothers were in 5th grade, they had things they didn't even want their sisters to see. So I'd say 75.
75 of them have something hidden away. What do you think, Jim?
Jim, I remember in the 5th grade, boy, I used to bring home a lot of junk. But I'm going to say that it would be a little bit lower.
Lower.
Just got a feeling about it.
The actual number of 5th grade boys who had something hidden in their room they wouldn't want their parents to see is 45. Jim, it's lower. Yeah. Jim, we're still looking at a king. You can change it if you like, but it's still a good card.
That's a good card, Jim. Stay with it. Next card, lower.
Lower than a king?
Come on, lower.
Yes,
Woo!
it's a 10.
All right. Keep going. Say the next card will be lower.
This time he goes with the odds, risking that one and this one lower. No! Another double, a 10. Wow.
Man.
Patricia, play off the jack and call this.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. No, it's a queen. Cards cards bouncing around funny, and no one has advanced. And, of course, you've got to get to the end of the board to win the game. Jim, our man on the street stopped 100 people on the streets of New York City and asked, if you were offered a good job in Los Angeles, would you take it? How many New Yorkers said they would move to California?
Well, Jim, never been there, but the stories I hear, I think it'd be pretty high. I'm going to say that offered a good job that 68 of them would move.
68 out of 100 would move if they had a good job in California, Patricia.
Well, that's a hard question because that's exactly what my family did, is we moved out from New York to Los Angeles because of a better job. But New York's a great place. I'll say it's a little bit higher, though.
Higher? You think
Yeah,
more of them would, huh?
Yeah.
The actual number of New Yorkers who said they would take a job in Los Angeles is 34. Not higher, very much lower, Jim.
Got to do something this time.
Okay, here's the king again.
Got to stick with it, Jim. Next card will be lower.
Lower than a king? Yeah, it's a 4.
Right.
That's not the
a bad
hump that's
card.
been giving you problems.
By the time I get a good one. Next card will be higher.
Higher than a 4? It's a 5. 2
Jim.
cards to protect.
I got to keep going. The next card will be higher.
Higher than a 5, risking those 2 and this one,
And
making it with a queen.
Can't stop on a queen. I've got to go for it. The next card will be lower.
If this is lower than a queen, you've won the first game in our best 2 out of 3 match. For the win? Yes!
All
That's
right.
exactly he did it. Game number 1 to the champion. Jim wins the game and $100. We play the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match plays the money cards. Who will it be? We'll find out right after this. Well, the champion is game number 1, so the pressure on the challenger. She needs this game as Janice fills in the spaces with the next cards right off the top of the deck. Same 2 decks of cards. Patricia, we asked 100 women, if you had $500 to spend on clothes, would you rather buy just one Paris original or a whole wardrobe from Sears?
Oh.
How many women said they would buy just that one Paris original?
Well, Sears is really questionable. I would say a lot of women would really go for the Paris gown, and I'll say 65.
65 would buy that one good original.
Jim, I don't think it'll be quite that high because I think they would rather have a whole bunch of clothes in the closet than just one outfit. And I'll say it's a little lower.
You say lower. The actual number of women who would prefer having one Paris original to a whole wardrobe from Sears is 22.
Right.
Very much lower, Jim. Nicely solved.
Good card.
And your base card. A 9. You want it?
Don't like them 9s. Give me another one.
Must play this one. It is a
All
3.
right.
Good change.
Like that 3. Next card will be higher.
Higher than a 3? Yes, it's a 6.
I'm going to go for it. The next card will be higher.
Higher than a 6? No, it's a 2. Not higher. You lose them both back to the base card, and Patricia gets the chance to play a 3.
All right, that's a terrific card. The next one's higher.
Higher than a 3? A 5.
Okay, I'll go higher still.
Continuing on, higher than a 5. Another 5. It's not higher. Players having problems getting across that board. Jim, we asked 100 people who live in Beverly Hills. We all know that's a rich community. Do you have a butler? How many people said yes?
Oh, I think it'd be pretty high because most of the houses I've seen in Beverly Hills are so big they need a butler. And I'll say about 64.
64. Have a butler.
It definitely has to be lower. They may have a maid or a housekeeper, but not a formal butler. So I'll say it's lower.
You say lower. The actual number of people in Beverly Hills who have a butler is 7. Very much lower, Patricia.
All right, now.
Yeah, I think your logic made sense there, Patricia.
Okay, it's higher.
You're going to keep the 3?
Right.
Higher. It's a 7. It is
7.
higher.
I'm going to freeze.
And she'll freeze. Take that 1 card advantage. Keep Jim away from his cards. Question 3 to you, Patricia. We asked 100 people. Have you ever dreamed that you were naked in public? How many people said yes?
Oh, goodness. Naked in public? Probably not many, and if they did, they wouldn't admit it. So I'll say 30.
30. Jim, higher or lower?
Oh, I think it will be a little bit lower.
You say lower than that.
A little bit lower.
I once did, and the problem was everybody laughed like you did, Patricia. The actual number of people who have dreamed they were naked in public is 19. It's
Right.
lower. Jim.
All right.
We're looking at a 3, Jim.
Jim, I like that 3. Stay with it. Next card will be higher.
Higher than a 3. It's an 8.
Right. Freeze.
You'll freeze. And that sets up an interesting situation with each player needing 3 cards, and we're at sudden death. Someone has to win with this play of the cards. Jim, our man on the street stopped 100 people on 5th Avenue in New York City and asked them for a dime to make a phone call. How many of the 100 people he stopped were willing to give him a dime to make a phone call?
Wow. I don't know about New York City. In Los Angeles, they'd probably be willing to give him a dime just to get rid of him. I would say 39.
39 would give our man on the street a dime for a phone call, Patricia.
Well, I think your man in the street probably looked like a really decent guy. So I would say it was a little bit higher.
You say higher.
Yeah, I think New Yorkers are friendly.
We showed our man on the street on the air one day. He doesn't look like a decent. The actual number of New Yorkers who are willing to give our man on the street a dime is 41. It's higher, Patricia. Yeah. I must say, our man on the street, to do that, it took a lot of guts, and he's $4.10 richer. Okay. Patricia, it is sudden death. Here's how we do it. You've got a 7. You have the right to change it if you'd like, and try to turn these 3 cards over. Make a mistake, Jim wins the game. However, you can force Jim to play off the 8, which he cannot change. He would have to turn these 3 over, or you win. Your decision, Patricia. Play it or pass it?
I'm going to pass it.
You'll pass it?
Yes.
All right. Jim, if you could turn these over, you've got 2 in a row in the championship. If not, we've got a tie. You've got an 8. Call this.
Next card, I say, would be higher.
Higher than an 8? It's
right.
a king. You're 1/3 there.
Next card will be lower.
Lower than a king. It is
Right.
a 9. 1 to go.
I haven't seen that many low cards, Jim, so I'm going to say the next card will be lower.
If this is lower, you've got
Lower
the
than a
championship. If not, we've got a tie. For the win? No, it's not lower. It's a queen. And Patricia pulls it out and ties up the match. Are you getting a little wary of your strategy there, Patricia?
Not for a second.
Not for a second. You had confidence.
Right.
Well, we've got a tie. We'll play the tiebreaker right after we take time out for this commercial message. We have a tie. Each player with 1 game and $100. And now we'll set up for the tiebreaker. We move the bar over. There will be just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. Someone's going to get a shot at the money cards very quickly. Patricia, we left off with a question going to you. We interviewed 100 men and asked them, without looking, do you know what color socks you're wearing? How many men did not know?
They have to know. I'm sure they're coordinating their socks with their outfit. So the amount that did not know, I say maybe 15.
15 did not know what color socks they were wearing, Jim.
That's a hard one, Jim, because I believe nowadays they're more aware of the fashions, what they got on, and they really try to make sure. But I'm going to have to go against my judgment. I'll say lower.
You say lower.
Something said lower.
I don't even have to look. I know. I've got pink socks on with this purple suit. I can tell. Let me tell. The actual number of men who did not know what color socks they were wearing is 8. It's lower. Jim. Yeah, people know a bit about fashion. Jim, that all-important control starts with a 5. Do you want it?
I'll keep it, Jim, and I'll say the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 5. No, it's a 3. Big break for the challenger, who has a 5 also.
Well, I'll say it's higher.
Higher than a 5. That time it's higher, it's an 8. Now, Patricia, you need 1 card for the championship, or you can freeze. What's it going to be?
I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to say it's lower.
Got a card right up the middle, and she says lower. If it's lower, we have a new champion on Card Sharks. For the win? Yes! It was lower. She did it. A gutsy move playing that 8. Congratulations, Patricia. Jim, thank you. A delight meeting you.
It's fun. A lot of fun.
Good. And you're leaving us with $2,300.
Nothing wrong with that.
That'll help with the new house, right?
Right.
Jim Willoughby. Thank you, Jim. Patricia, come on down here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A fine win. You ready for the money cards?
Ready, I'm ready.
She's going for the big money right after we take time out for this commercial message. And we're back luck with Patricia Ortez, our new champion, with $200. Patricia, what did you say your aim is now?
I'm going to win $28,800.
You want to be the first, huh?
The first.
Let's do it right now. Let's get to the money cards. I hope you can, Patricia. We want to give it away. Get the right cards and bet them bold. Now you won $200 in the game. Now that's yours to keep. Let's put that in your pocket. Now we're going to give you new money to play with. This time you're going to bet it. Starting on the bottom line, $200. Bet it as you will on these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money, and we give you 3 more cards. $50 minimum bets until you get to that top card, the big bet. There you must bet at least half the money. Come on, Patricia. We're all with you. I'd love to see you do it. $200 to start with. 7 cards to go, and let's see if we can double it up all the way along the line. Here's your base card. It is an 8. You can change it.
Change it, please.
You must play this one. I hope it's a better one. It's a 6. Now, 6 and $200, Patricia.
I'll bet the 200 that it's higher.
Oh, you're right away going to go for it all.
Yes.
$200. Higher than a 6? No, it's a 4. All right, but you've only busted on this level because we take that 4 and move it up to the second level. We give you the other $200 of betting money. You've got $200 at a better card. Now a 4, and you've got 4 cards to go.
Okay, I'll say 100 higher.
How much?
100 higher. $100 at the next card is
$100
right.
Higher than a 4. Yes, it's a 9. It's higher. Now you've got $300, Patricia.
Okay, another $100. It'll be lower.
$100 lower than a 9. A 5, very much lower. $400 now with a 5.
I'll bet $100. It'll be higher.
$100 higher than a 5. And it's a 7. You're up to $500. It's a long way from the 28 we were talking about,
Sure
but that's not
is.
bad. You've got $500 there. You've got to bet at least $250. You can bet more. You've got $500 and a 7, Patricia. What's your big bet?
Well, I think I'm going to just go all the way and say that the next card is higher.
The whole thing on a 7.
The whole thing, yeah. I'm going to go for
All
it.
or nothing.
All or nothing.
Or $1,000 if this is higher than a 7. It is! Well, you pulled that out very well. That was a gutsy bet on a 7.
Yeah, well, I'm a gutsy lady, I
Good.
guess.
Come on down here. That's nice. What prompted you to do that on a 7?
Well, because I knew I was going to win anyway.
The only way to prove it.
Yeah.
Can she win again? We'll find out as she meets a new challenger right after this. Well, you started badly with the money cards. Made a good, strong finish, though. You got $1,200, Patricia, which is not too bad for one match.
No, not bad at all.
Okay, we will set up for the next match. 2 brand new decks of cards, and as Janice deals them out, we'll meet this next challenger on Card Charts. Regina Curley. Hello, Regina. Welcome.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jim.
Would you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Regina Gurley, and I work for a major airline, and I'm a training rep, and I do a lot of running. As you saw, I just ran in.
You did that very well.
Yes, I did.
Well, if you're eager, then let's get to it. Good luck in the match, Regina.
Thank you.
You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards. Patricia plays the upper cards, the red cards. Question to you, Patricia. We asked 100 people in a California studio audience, have you ever had an acupuncture treatment? How many people said they had?
California is really big into that, but I'll say 20.
20 have had acupuncture, Regina.
No. I think a lot of people talk about it, but lower.
Lower.
Gotta be.
The actual number of people who have had an acupuncture treatment is 2. Regina, you're right, it's lower.
Right.
Your base card, Regina, is a queen.
Good card, queen. Has to be lower. Next card is lower.
Lower than a queen, and
All
she's right.
right,
It's a 6.
Next card. I will have to be higher. I just got to say higher.
Higher than a 6. And it's a 7, yes.
Freeze.
Freeze it right there. Move the freeze bar over. You make instant decisions.
Yes,
right, Regina?
yes, well.
Question to you. We asked 100 8th grade kids in Wabash, Indiana. In what country is the Rolls-Royce automobile made? How many kids knew that the Rolls-Royce is made in England?
You know what? Wabash. It's a lovely town, lovely town. I would have to say that not very many knew where it's made. Let's say maybe 15.
15.
15 kids.
What do you think, Patricia?
I think it's a little higher. They do know that it's a foreign car. I'll say a little higher.
The actual number of 8th grade kids who knew the Rolls Royce comes from England is 35. It's higher, Patricia.
All right, okay.
And you got a little catching up to do, Patricia. We'll look at your base card, a jack.
All right, I'll keep that and say the next card is lower.
Lower than a jack. It's a 2,
Okay,
very much
great,
lower.
great, the next card's higher.
Higher than a 2. Yes,
Great,
it's a queen.
great, the next card's lower.
Continuing lower than a queen. Yes,
All right,
queen.
all the way, it's higher.
Trying to go all the way for the first
Yes.
game of the match, higher than a 3. And she did it with a 10. Wow. Game number 1 to the champion with 4 straight cards. Very nicely done. So, Patricia, you've got the first game with $100. We will clear the board, and we'll get set up for game number 2. Janice has plenty of time to set up for game number 2. About 24 hours, to be exact. Have yourself a good day. We'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Franciscan's new Kaleidoscope Dinnerware. Mix and match the 4 dazzling colors to create a multitude of settings for any mood, any event. Safe in dishwasher, oven, and microwave. Plus 3-piece microwave cookware set furnished by Franciscan. And some of our contestants will receive Cool Ray fashionable sunglasses that win admiring stares while protecting from annoying glare. 86 eye-catching styles. See what you're missing with Cool Ray polarized sunglasses. And Whammo Frisbee. There's the national sport taking over a flying disc sport, and one of the greatest performers is the Frisbee brand flying disc made only by Whammo. And the new 22-volume World Book Encyclopedia, including research guide and index volume, easy to use and easy to read. And from Coppertone, a complete selection of tanning products, one for every complexion. For the tan people notice, Coppertone. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.